I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Yeah. What about you, ma'am?
Doing good as well. So just in between this renovation and everything. So yes, it gets a little difficult to sometimes balance it out because you have to you want to balance both the sides. You want to achieve the also at the same time you want to make sure that everything is spick and span. So sometimes yes, you need to get a little deviated, but
Yes,
I think
yes,
it's all
yes.
part and parcel of the regular life. What about you? What's new?
Uh, Nothing new actually. Examinations are there in the school for the students. So they are busy with their examination. We just have
Okay.
to conduct.
Um, Rani, can you come closer to the mic, or maybe if you can use something with a mouthpiece? Your volume is a little low.
Okay, okay. Maybe I don't know why, but is
Are you
it?
connecting from a mobile phone?
Yes, I am connecting from mobile.
Sometimes it happens that when the way we keep our mobile, the mic gets covered,
Yes, yes, yes,
and
yes, yes.
because of that, the volume gets affected.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's much better now. All right. So let us quickly jump on to the session for today. It's about going on a shopping spree, right?
Yes.
So tell me the kind of shopper that you are, firstly. Do you enjoy going alone, or do you prefer the company of someone who can suggest you good things? Do you like going to the local market more, or do you enjoy the mall kind of a window shopping sort of experience? Tell me, what do you enjoy?
I actually most of the time love to go with my family actually, and
Okay.
yeah, and sometimes with my friends also because
Okay.
they always have something in their mind. They know where we can bargain, and yeah, so these are the things that most of the time, and
Okay.
sometimes also just only for increase your dopamine, going to the mall.
Yes, yes. I think it's about the music, the kind of ambience, the lighting, all of that that is created by these people is what sets it apart and gives you a sort of experience that you look forward to,
Yes, yes,
right?
yes.
So you
These
really need to give
these
them the
things,
credit.
yes, they attract you. Yeah.
All right. And talking about how the whole shopping experience has changed over the years, you know, we at least come from a generation where we have been lucky enough to experience both the sides of the story. How we have seen the development of local markets, we have seen the shopping complexes, and then slowly gradually we have moved towards the malls. So there are a few things which have become better, but at the same time I do miss the aesthetic of a few things. For example, I live in Jamshedpur, like I'm born and brought up in Jamshedpur, which is in Jharkhand. Okay, it's a small city, and though very well developed and infrastructure wise very advanced, more advanced than even some of the metro cities here in India, but when it comes to development as per the experiences of the people, it hasn't developed as much. Okay, so over there if you want to go shopping, it is still largely majorly to the local markets. Okay, and when I go there, there is this hustle, there is this crowd and people walking and eating the street side food at the same time, open air, so not that air conditioned kind of an atmosphere, right? So maybe because I connect it or I relate it to my childhood experiences and memories, I still feel very attracted to it. And I am a little nostalgic when it comes to local markets. What is your feeling when you think about local markets today as compared to what you experienced as a child?
Yeah, this is exactly the same in my case as well because I also develop in such kind of ambience and love to explore most of the time, local markets because we know that when we are entering in a local market, we are having the opportunity immediately to touch the things and then thereafter, little bit walk,
Mm,
and also we can eat the way we want. So all these things, then they, they are, this is a something that is going to add on
mm,
for your that time period that you have in your mind. Means if you have having a time for a 2 hours, so definitely you are going to enjoy your 2 to 3 hours, whatever you want. Otherwise, when you stay back home and you just order the things, online shopping that you do, sometimes, yeah, sometimes we do in this way also, but
mm,
it is not that much healthy practice, I think, because there is no that two time you are going to, touch the things first at the shop. You are going to see all those things, and then
mm,
thereafter
mm.
at home with your family you are going to explore, everything you are going to, yes, second
Yes.
time. And the experience that is you have for that particular day,
Mm,
that
mm.
is something actually unique.
Yes,
So
you
yeah,
cherish
it
those
always
moments.
attracts. Yeah.
Absolutely. And keeping the pricing in mind, I think when we go to malls today, we do see some substandard quality products, with, or at least where the quality is not as per the price that they are quoting or they have marked, right? So that is one thing which I really miss about local markets, the bargaining thing. Like today you can't go to Shoppers Stop and be like, why is this jeans for 3200, I will pay only 1600 for this, right? So we can't do that bargaining kind of a thing there. And another thing which is lacking in the local markets is how many times ever you want you can keep trying the clothes in the
Yes.
mall, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's going to stop you. You have a doubt, you can rewear the same thing, and you can try it maybe 3 times 4 times until you are satisfied enough to buy it, right? So similarly, there are some of the pros, some of the cons of the local market as well as the shopping malls today. Okay, so
Right.
let us talk a little bit about the advantages and disadvantages of this, shall we?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay,
Yes.
let's start with the local market first.
Yes, actually, sometimes when we, enter in the local market, as I told you,
Mm,
and we always have that nostalgic type of a feeling when we enter in that.
right.
And but the second thing, when, after just checking two, three, or four pieces,
Mhm.
sometimes because of our relations with them, we start thinking that there is a pressure. We just have to buy now something, because otherwise we already have wasted their time, and uh, this is something an unusual pressure on you.
Yes.
So this is one of the disadvantage, I can say, in that way. And second thing is, you don't have, immediately all those options displayed over there. They
Yes.
are going to bring those things one by one, and then, the old traditions. Then
Typical, typical, I know.
yeah,
And meanwhile, if it's the fifth or the sixth item that you are on, they will start giving you these looks like, why are you
yes.
wasting your time? You don't seem to be interested in buying anything. So, yes, they are not very welcoming after a certain point.
Yes, yes, yes. This is something, somewhere that you start feeling that now at least I have to, buy
Buy
something now
something.
from.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
that is what it is not in the case as far as when we enter in the mall,
Mm.
because everybody is busy there in their own work. They don't have to do anything. So only they are going to suggest to you. And as you told that you can try as many as, because everything is displayed over there. You
Mm.
just have to go the type of a thing or the taste you are having, and pick your type of item,
Mm.
and you can check those things in that way. So
Right.
yes, this is something, there is something unique, but at the same time, what happened that you even sometime you fail to feel connected with the person who is sitting there.
Yes.
Yes.
True. That is true. And I also feel that unless it turns into a really negative experience, or where you feel pressurized to buy something or to spend some amount over there, I do feel a certain level of personal involvement in these local markets. because the owner is sitting right there. So even if he or she is instructing the helper, take this box out, show this in the other color, we have a bigger size in this, check it in the storeroom. Okay, so we see a personal involvement of the owner where they really put in the effort. And probably that is also why we feel a little pressurized. I know, oh, poor thing, he's putting in so much of effort, I think I should buy something bare minimum for the sake of spend taking so much of his time. But that personal touch, I feel, is missing when it comes to malls.
Yes,
People
yes,
are least bothered. uh, it nowadays very rarely happens that you ask for a size and they will come rushing. It's only when they have targets to fulfill, these
yes,
people at the shopping malls, so, or the multi-brand stores, they will literally roam around after you, and ma'am, you buy this, ma'am, you take this, because they have these rising pressure of the target to be met, right? But otherwise, if you go on a random day or if there is a sale, they are least bothered. You literally have to run after them, that, can I get this in another color, or can you just show me another piece of this? And my god, it gets a really haphazard and a very chaotic situation to be in,
right,
right?
right.
And
Yes,
talking about malls as an overall experience, would you say it's a step better, or would you say it's a step worse? Overall experience of a mall, not just the shopping thing.
yeah, if overall experience, if I have to say that, because of the busy life, every individual is busy now and did not have much time, to visit every local market. Because in a local market, you are having, one commodity, one thing in a particular shop. You will not get, more than one or two. So, in that perspective, if you have these things in your mind, then you are going to spend more time in a local market. And but if you want to purchase many things all of a sudden, and you do not have much time for that, and
Correct.
immediately you want to have all those things, then I think malls or supermarket, these are the only option then they are for you, because you will get everything immediately. Yeah, test and trial, that is, this thing is always there. You may lack that personal touch, but sometime we prioritize time more than anything else. So at that situation, the mall, they are the best options other than that.
Right. So when time is of essence, then
Yes,
we can say that everything is available under the same roof, under one roof. So
right.
nothing gets better, nothing beats that experience,
Yeah, yeah,
right? So I think, however, that there should always be a coexistence of both, because just like every single quaint town that you look at,
yes,
even if we talk about uh, the more developed nations or continents like Europe, Germany, they are still in touch with their roots.
right,
I somehow feel that our local markets, if you've ever read the poem by Sarojini Naidu, In the Bazaars of Hyderabad, okay, and she has gone ahead and explained all these various shops, items which are on display, and how they are trying to sell it. So they have made these verses and poems and two liners to attract the customers, and they have displayed everything on the streets, and they explain the qualities of their product. So very beautifully she has summed up the whole experience of an Indian bazaar. So I somehow feel it is a very integral part of our history.
yeah, it is integral part, and we never going to forget that, and this is not going to be missed from our society. Because yes, sometime we are busy, that is a different thing, but
Hmm.
most of the time when we want to spend the time with our family,
Yes,
then at that moment we are having the local market and exploring the local market. This is the best way to spend your time, a quality time with your family members, with your friends.
absolutely. And the more I look at these recent developments in malls, if you have ever noticed, Rani, you will see that they are trying to capture the authenticity and the originality of how things used to be back in the year.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you see, they have come up with this latest way of selling tea. So, they are on this cart, the cart with the big wheels that we used to have. In Hindi, we call it as thela. You remember those
Yeah,
carts
yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
the slab on top? So, they have those carts, the stalls, and they'll give you tea in those glasses, the really slim glasses. In Maharashtra, we call it cutting chai. Okay,
Okay.
so they are trying to capture the essence and the originality of that. So it's like in the mall also, we want to give you the experience of an Indian local bazaar. So
Right.
I think that even the development is looking for ideas from the past,
Last,
from
yeah.
the people who are more experienced and the people who brought these ideas into the picture
Right.
in the first place, right? So tell me one thing, Rani, which you could see in the local bazaars when you were a kid, but you find them missing today. And if you were given a chance, you would like to bring them back to life.
Yes, many time actually during my time, the sweets, sweets vendor, those
Mm,
local sweets vendor, and every sweet vendor, they have a unique taste, you
mm,
know,
mm.
different. And nowadays, if you just go to any market, you may have that hygienic condition. That is not the thing, but somewhere we just lack that type of a taste. We don't have something like, that particular brand which was already at that time, which we could experience at that moment. So specific type of a sweets
Mm.
that now they were nowhere to be seen now, and we are just lacking those traditional sweets.
The flavor,
Sometimes,
the traditional
yeah,
flavor is
and
missing.
and
Mm.
yes, those different type of flavors that they were there. So yeah, these are the things that lacking. And second is
Mm.
that is about many times you will have the fairs, and you love to go there once or twice, in
Mm.
a year you will have the fairs. But
Yes.
nowadays, because of these different type of a market, you lack that type of a taste also that you will get during those type of affairs, because malls are some,
Mm.
but the idea of the fairs, because during those season that we had experienced that yeah, people, they are together there at a particular place,
Mm.
and they are helping you with the different type of a things,
Right.
and you have all type of a thing at a particular place. So this is the idea picked by the mall peoples, and then they
Yes.
just brought it
I
within
couldn't agree
single
more.
roof.
I
Yeah.
am absolutely on the same page as you. And the part that you spoke about the flavors, I think partly the way things have changed is also to be blamed.
Yes.
Gone are the days when we could swear by the purity of items.
Right.
Nowadays we are not even sure about how they are prepared, how, where they are grown, what kind of a cleaning has been done with them. So I think partly we have to blame how the practices have changed over the years,
Right.
right? So because of the lack in color, they have started adding color. Because of the lack in sweetness, they've added artificial sweeteners. So yes, I think in this whole urge to be better than the others, we have completely missed the point of staying true to our roots,
Right.
right? Okay, Rani. So what we'll do now is we'll take a quick feedback of the entire session, because I didn't want to disrupt the flow of the conversation. um, I'm not able to send you a message. Can you just check your chat box if you got the
Yes,
feedback?
it is there. Developed, grew up.
Okay, so it's not showing on my chat box. No worries. Okay, so instead of saying the place where I developed, better would be the place where I was brought up or the place where I grew up,
Okay.
right? So developed will be more like the business or the ideas or a
Okay.
city, right? Okay.
Right.
Taste you are having. So here you were trying to say it depends upon the taste you are having. Better off is to say it in the present, simple present.
Okay.
Okay, the taste you have depends upon the taste you have. Okay,
Right.
all right. What happened, remember we either need to put it in the simple present tense, what happens is that, or what happened is that, depending upon whether we are speaking in the present tense or the past tense.
Okay.
Okay, we cannot say what happened, that will be incorrect. We'll never say at that situation, we'll say in that situation. We can say
Right.
at that point, at that juncture, okay, but situation will be in that situation.
Right. Right.
Okay, a couple of places, for example, we never going to forget, or these are the things that lacking. We need to remember to use the helping verbs. Okay, we are never going to forget these things, and these are the things that are lacking.
Right.
Okay, so we need to remember to use the helping verbs is, are, was, were, am, right? And no people's, please.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, but other than that, Rani, definitely, as far as the sentence formation and the grammar is concerned, I do see a significant improvement as compared to the last session. Okay, there are a few errors that are happening, if I may say. They're a little repetitive. For example, these missing of the helping verbs, they are very minor issues. Okay, so if you're talking to somebody, unless they are looking for errors, they will not be able to make out if you've made a mistake. Okay, so it's not something which is very loud, or which is a mistake which is very clearly audible or visible, but I would definitely want you to work on it.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Okay, so if you feel there is a little bit of confusion about where to use it, remember using it in the first part of the sentence is always better. For example, where I was telling that these are some of the things that are lacking. Here, are you are forgetting because it's in the latter half of the sentence, right? If you put it in the first half, the chances of forgetting them will be lesser. These are few of the things that are lacking.
Right.
Okay, so we can do some of these practices to make sure that we don't miss out on those.
Right.
All right. Okay, Rani. So with that, we'll end the session. Thank you so much for joining. You enjoy your evening ahead. I'll see you around soon.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Bye bye.
All right.